This is how I play the game! Oh my god! What the fuck?
Holy shit! That is an epic fucking intro, dude. And I have to warn everyone. Warning. What you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting. Sound good?
Alright, sounds good to me.
Yes, the subscriber count has gone way down. If you notice, we were over 875 subs when I went on break on Monday, and I'd come back to 788, okay? Listen, that's okay. We already hit both Tier 1 and Tier 2 subscriber goals for the month. Therefore, we're good to go. We're doing a Christmas marathon event. There will be a DSP tries it during that event.
Fast food, right? I love the red meat, alright?
The Game Awards are not official, and in reality, they don't mean anything. The Game Awards are just a way for the industry to kind of celebrate itself and to give credit where credit is due, where they feel that people really worked their asses off that year making great games, and that's all well and good. But people who treat the Game Awards as if they are the Bible truth, undisputable fact about video games need to get a reality check. Because that is not the case. Everyone has different tastes. Everyone has different opinions. Everyone is welcome to those tastes and opinions. And just because the Game Awards says this was the best game in this category this year doesn't actually mean that that's objective. Okay? And I think a lot of people, sadly, in this modern era, they basically just kind of take an award show, like, let's say the Oscars. Oh, well, if it said that's the best movie of the year, then that's definitely the best movie of the year and everything else sucked. It's like, what? No. Absolutely not. That's not how you're supposed to take it. If anything, you should use these award shows as a way to open your eyes to maybe a few games and things you haven't played this year. And wow, I'd never heard of that one. Maybe I'll go check it out, right? Versus, oh, well, this game won, so that's sour grapes because I didn't really like that game that much. And so I just don't like that mentality. People need to be way more open-minded about all of this. Okay? That's my take on it. People need to stop believing that it's just objective truth. Well, this game was just Game of the Year, just accept it. Like, what are you talking about? No, it was Game of the Year during the Game of the Year Awards. That's not everyone's Game of the Year. You know? Okay. So anyway, why am I bringing this up? Because this morning, all the nominees for the Game Awards were announced. And of course, even though there's many different categories for people to vote on, the one that everyone's talking about is going to be the Game of the Year nominees. Okay? So the Game of the Year nominees for 2020 are as follows. Animal Crossing, Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, and The Last of Us 2. Okay? Now, I have a few things to say about this. First of all, out of that listing, I don't think I disagree with a single game. I don't. I think that every game there, for various different reasons, deserves to be on that list. Okay? Do you want to play the fucking game? The first thing that I have to say about this when I hear this listing, okay, I'm sorry. Now, I hope everyone will listen to this and take heed. You're telling me then that out of the ridiculous amount of new releases that just came out this past week, none of them are good enough to be a Game of the Year contender. Really. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Yakuza 7, Spider-Man Miles Morales, Demon's Souls. I mean, these are games that people have been anticipating all year long. People are saying Demon's Souls is literally the best launch title ever for a console. None of those games are good enough to be nominated for Game of the Year. Now, here's the thing. Alright, here's the thing. I feel maybe some of them are. Now, I'm not qualified to answer that. Why? Because the games just came out. I just started playing them. And if I just started playing those games, alright, I can't say, oh, they're definitively a Game of the Year contender for me. You guys know for me, when I look at the end of the year stuff, Game of the Year awards and stuff, I don't do it till early January, okay? Because I want to get far enough into all the games, if not beat all the games, that I'm going to consider nominating for my countdown, that I have enough knowledge under my belt to properly do so. Okay? So here's the problem. The Game Awards are too early. Jeff Keighley always has his Game Awards in early December. Why? Is December not part of 2020? Like, you know what I mean? Like, this doesn't make any sense. And then what ends up happening is, he says, oh, well, any game that came out after this cutoff of nomination can be nominated for next year. That's great, but let's be honest here, alright? How many people are going to be talking about Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Yakuza 7, and Demon's Souls in 2021? The game came out this year, and everyone's playing it now, not next year. So, innately, I hate to say it, this Game Awards is flawed. This is something that I feel needs to be fixed. Okay? You can't have a Game Awards show that excludes a ton of the major releases of a year because you decided to run your Game Awards early in December, which makes no sense. The year's not over yet. If anything, the Game Awards should be held in January. That would make way more fucking sense. Then you can include every game and have time for people to actually play and nominate every good game of the year. Why is it being held in December? It makes no sense at all.
過酷な運命を背負って極道の構想に巻き込まれていた。
Last of Us 2 does a lot of things right. It's the most accessible AAA game in history. There are people out there who, for the first time ever, were able to sit down with a AAA release, which normally they're not able to play and they feel left out and completely ostracized from the gaming community because these games are not playable to those who have a handicap. And they were able to play The Last of Us 2 from start to finish. That is an amazing milestone accomplishment, and the game should be praised and lauded and held up as a shining example of what should be done in accessibility for the future. But just because that's the case doesn't mean that the game is immune from criticism. And that's what I don't like about The Last of Us 2. I look at these game nominations, and I say, these are all well and good, and I agree with everyone that they should all be nominated for Game of the Year for a various reason, or reasons. But if you have a weighted amount of consideration for a group of people who, mostly games journalists, kissed the living shit out of The Last of Us 2's ass and gave it perfect scores, 10 out of 10, when the game had lots of flaws that they ignored because of their liberalist agenda, okay? That makes me worry this game will be, by default, voted in as Game of the Year. Even if all the common votes say otherwise, right? Just because you give a weighted advantage to the liberalist journalists out there, oh, Last of Us 2 is Game of the Year no matter what.
All that matters is what I think.
And that's bullshit. Because, sadly, there's a lot of people out there who believe that the Game Awards are the end-all, be-all of the best games of the year when it's not. Number one, the Game Awards don't even consider games from November and December. So how is it a valid Game of the Year awards? It's not. Number two, it gives weighted average to people who have an agenda. So I'm sorry, bullshit. I call bullshit, alright? Now, by the way, this doesn't mean that Last of Us 2 will actually end up winning Game of the Year. I'm just saying that if it does, that is major cringeworthy bullshit. And sadly, I hate to say it, if Last of Us 2 is named Game of the Year at the Game of the Awards, and they don't put a giant fucking asterisk next to it explaining that it was actually the most controversial Game of the Year, then it's not valid at all.
I told you, fucking idiots. Terrible writing. It's the most cliche fucking writing possible, is what it is. Oh, this is delightful. Neil Druckmann, ladies and gentlemen. Neil fucking Druckmann. This is what he wanted in this game. Remember Last of Us 1? All those really gratuitous sex scenes that were in that game? How great that game was because of it? Embarrassing. It's the best way to describe that shit. Embarrassing. Pathetic writing and fully embarrassing.
You have to explain in context what's going on, because there will be people who will not understand the context and just believe Bible truth, that's the best game of 2020. Ignoring so many different games. Okay? And that's my take on it. You can completely disagree, and that's okay if you do.
Mature adult cheer said, I'm not a children's entertainer.
Oh my god, you guys see the bullshit that I gotta put up with every day? So all these tips are fake, yeah. I got 1, 2, 3 fake tips here. Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna fucking refund them. He's basically coming in and he's impersonating stream regulars. And, doing repeated fake tips over and over and over. But you see what he's doing now? He's not doing it in these giant amounts anymore. He's doing it in these very small amounts so that it seems like it would be natural and as a part of the stream. He's even leaving comments, right? He's even leaving comments that are pertinent to what I'm talking about, but they're not legit. These are all stolen credit card tips. Unbelievable. So there you go. So now I have to change the tips amount because it's wrong. And I'm just refunding these fucking tips right now.
Save the pig! What the heck? A pig with a party hat. Hello, Mr. Piggy. Ziggy Piggy. Save the pig, the game. The whole game you're trying to save the pig's life. Help!
Ugly Tuna Roll tipped me $2.50. It said, morning, hope you have a great stream. I have buddies who have maxed out credit cards on Ultimate Team in FIFA. That's not good.
So what I mean is that whole addictive mentality, it's a gambling mentality. I'm just going to keep dropping money. Hopefully I get the character I want. Hopefully I get the upgrade I want. Hopefully I get the... It ain't good, man. It ain't good in mobile games. It ain't good in console games. And it's very bad.
It's not like... The thing is, unlike Overwatch, you can argue. The people who spend a ton of money in Overwatch, they're doing it on cosmetics, right? It's definitely not pay to win. If you're doing an Ultimate Team, that's what it is. You're buying the characters for your game. It's pay to win, right? That's not good. And that's a giant business model right now. Murdoch is here and tipped me $50. And I confirm this is real. It is legit. Thank God. A legit, big tip. And I appreciate that very much, Murdoch. Okay, everybody. I am back. We're about to start. First of all, thank you to Rubber Nut, who tipped me $15 during the break. A Rubber Nut. Okay, then. I appreciate that. We are now up to $85 in tips, and we're just starting. Thank you guys so much for the support on the pre-stream. I really appreciate this.
It's WWE Champions time. I love it. I love it. Phil has indoctrinated children who send him money, blatantly milking for money. It's a money pit. It's gone. Just gone like that. In an instant. Fucking gone. I just care about money. I just can't help it. I eBay. Contributions are mandatory, but I need your help. I am appealing directly to you. No decency, no respect, no common sense, no fucking maturity. Is the guy who just doesn't get reality.